What's up, everybody? How are you? It's your boy, Bill Forster on the check-in. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Um, I am tired. I had a wonderful weekend. We had the brunch party in New York. We was out, Malika and I was out in the DMV area doing what we do. Shout out to the Capital Jazz Festival, great show. Shout out to our people rocking out with us. We had a beautiful time. Um, This is Real Talk Chronicles. I'm your host, Bill Forster. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Shout out to the people that came to the brunch party and showed us some love. That's very important. Remember, we're the first and the third of every month. And we will be ready to rock and roll with you on I think the 17th, right? Don't start me lying. I won't lie to you. And what's going on with you? The doctor is in the building tonight. I'm gonna have to apologize to her because I thought, now listen to this. I was thrown off by the days, and I thought this was the second of the month, right? Like the second Monday of the month, but it's not. It's the first. So I reached out to Al, and I told him that, so he wouldn't have been able to make it tonight. So things kind of work out for the best. What's up, Stefania? How are you? So, the doctor will be here tonight. She's just going to be a few minutes late. So, let me just run down Deadly Arts of Survival magazine, Soft Illusions Art Gallery, Design Interaction, Melba Wilson, Leon Ellis, Chocolat, and Reggie Wells, Quality Speakers. How was your weekend? If you have questions for the doctor, please get ready to write them in. She will be here. We're in the summertime, of course, we only do an hour strong. Are you going to ask Dr. C about her Jackie O situation? Her unfortunate passing while undergoing a mommy makeover? Oh, well, I'll ask her about that. I didn't even know about that. Jackie O passed away. Okay, well, thank you for me. Stefan, you're a good source of information. I appreciate you so much. Before you go, give me a bottle of water. Yeah, you're definitely a good source of information. There's always so much stuff going on in the world today. We got politics. We're going to talk about politics coming up on Wednesday. DeSantis, Bush, Trump, Christie, still throwing his name in the ring. Pence, former vice president, has done that. People, they haven't stopped dogging Joey B for falling. Do you think he's too old? We'll talk about, so sad, 32 years old, died and not her 3 kids are without a mother. We got to turn this trend around. What's up, Viv? 40. What's up, Roddy? How you feel, brother? So, if you have questions for the doc, we're definitely going to shout it out. Speaking of politics, so many people are running now. Yeah, I'm going to throw my name in the ring now. Let me stop. So we'll definitely delve into that more on Wednesday. We definitely can talk about anything everybody, like we said, we're working on some stuff. Jonas, what's going on, brother? How are you? Speaking, I read that. Bottle of water. Cold or no? No, it's right there on the table. So what else is happening? Crime is still crime. What else? I apologize. I think I can really admit it today. Like I'm a little tired. I'm kind of running. Are you a little tired too?
I'm exhausted.
Exactly.
With you.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's all right. So
So it's a baseball cap day for me.
yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna put one on too. Sean, what up, brother? It's good to see you, man. It was good to see you over the weekend, Sean. You had a good time. Shout out to, like I said, shout out to the Capital Jazz Festival. It was a nice weekend. It's a mature situation. Um,
Did you have a favorite group?
well, I didn't. Well, I think Neil did his thing.
Yeah,
Loose Ends, I heard, smashed it. Diana Reeves, I enjoyed her
she was
voice.
really good.
Yeah. Didn't get a chance to see the Isley's. They came on late. Um,
Jonathan Butler was one
oh
of my
no, he was
favorites.
phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, I
He
love
he
him.
he rocked out.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know. He's like, I spilled a little water. Doing great tonight, Bill. How are you? I'm doing good, man. Like I said, I'm a little tired. Um,
But you're a trooper, Bill.
yeah, all the day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything you guys definitely want to talk about coming up? Just send me some content. We're going to talk about it. Any questions you have for the doctor tonight? Tonight we have the doctor. It's usually the first Monday of the month. We have Assemblyman Al Taylor, but he's on the floor, I think in Albany. And I think for those that don't know, he's running for office. And the second Monday of the month is Dr. Marilyn Corder. And the doctor's getting primed right now. And the third Monday of the month is Allison Williams. And the fourth month is Malika and I. Somebody asked me to go back and have a little old school real talk, how we used to do, talking about relationships. But I think if you ain't got it worked out now, but some people still don't. And maybe I'll do that. But without further ado, let me bring the doc in. Doc,
Hey,
what's going on? How are
excuse me. Look, I've been all over the place this weekend. How are
you?
you?
Yeah. We're going to talk about it. But first, now I have to apologize as a cousin and a doctor.
Okay.
This is the first Monday of the month. I forgot. I was so thrown off, but I was so glad that you said you could do it. So I apologize.
Right. I was like, what?
Yeah, but I apologize for. So thank you. I thank you. But you know what? So talk about your weekend because you were doing stuff.
I was doing stuff. So as you know, I'm a boxing ringside doc. We got some. Let me tell you about the DMV, y'all. I know y'all got some stuff in New York, but we got some stuff here in the DMV. To the point, we got boxers coming out, professional boxers. We all heard about Gervonta Tank Davis, who actually, with his bad self, went to jail because he couldn't. Yeah, that was 2 days ago. He couldn't stay under home arrest. The judge gave him all types of favors, you know, hit and run with his Lamborghini. He didn't have a license. Okay, never had a license, but got a little bit.
Right.
Anyway, I'm like, come on. So I was talking to Calvin Ford, his trainer, his mentor, his coach. Sometimes hard his, but he
Hard
is
heads
the
make a
world
soft
champion.
what, right?
Absolutely. So his soft butt's gonna be in jail. They locked
Right.
him up for the rest of his 90-day probation. And then
Mm-hmm.
he's got to do some hours of stuff, but you just don't hit people and act like you don't care, and you got to show some remorse. So the weekend was 3 days, 2 days of professional amateur boxing. Three of our guys went pro. We've had quite a few professional boxers, and I love it because it keeps these young people off the street, not just guys but girls as well. So we
Absolutely.
just launched a female boxing um, program called HOGO, HOGO, heels off, gloves on.
Okay. That's
Okay.
what's up.
So just stay tuned. Stay tuned
Hmm.
because we got some big time female boxers.
Well, that's
Okay.
what's up.
Clarissa Shields. Y'all don't know if you're following the girl in Detroit.
Oh,
We got
yeah. Uh huh.
Clarissa, right. We got some folks, and she won on Saturday as well.
Oh,
So,
that's what's
oh yeah.
good. How long
Uh-huh.
have you been doing that?
26 years.
Wow.
To the
Wow.
point, I like Devontae Davis, who's what, 29. I remember he was 8.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So you
And he
know him
was out
well.
right. So yes.
You know, he'd be like, "Come here, little boy," and sit down.
That's
So
right.
I got
That's
to
right.
tell
Get
you.
your butt on.
Yeah. I know he probably look at you and be like, "Hi, Doc." You know what I'm
I
saying?
really feel like going right. I really feel like going to jail, but I don't want to be on the news.
Yeah.
Doctor
Exactly.
comes in and whips his butt. Okay.
Exactly. And that's a beautiful thing when there is a level of respect for however young people see us. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand it.
Right.
There's still people that respect him. Like I'm sure you know him personally, like you were just
Right.
saying, but you may not know because a lot of us only see the showman.
Right. And
You
he's
know,
a good kid. Now, he grew up. His dad's been in jail for all of his life. His mom been on drugs. He was trying to be raised by his grandma. She had struggles. He was the inner city of Baltimore. And there was a time where he thought he would be killed because his good friend, a rapper, and his good friends, an agent, they all got killed one time, and he had to leave Baltimore to get out of the way. So I guess sometimes he figured I'm not even supposed to be alive, but you still got to abide by the law, and you still have to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do.
I just forgot that he's from the DMV area. Right, right,
Oh
right.
yeah, he's from Baltimore, B-more.
Yeah. Oh, so he's be more official. He's living up
He's
that name.
B-more. He's like he could be on The Wire. I mean, he B-more, and
Yeah.
he's seen
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. 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 And shout out for the inner city kids that do make it, but shame on them that don't leave their past behind them, because with anything there's an evolution. I mean, I applaud the 50 Cents, the Jay-Z's that have become businessmen. Really become businessmen, and you see them in such a different light. They're not on TV smoking weed and showing. And it's so funny. No disrespect to anybody artist, but it's only our artists and rappers and stuff like that want to come on an interview and light up a blunt or I mean, listen.
I know.
I get it. It's who you are, but you don't have to show the whole world, because what you just told everybody is I can do it and it's okay. So that's like if I'm drinking, I'm not gonna come with the bottle and put it right here in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a sponsorship. But I'm not gonna be sitting here pouring a drink right in front of everybody, a sponsorship. So everybody's saying hi to you, doctor, and that's a beautiful thing. Shout out to Stefania and Vanetta and Vivian and everybody else. Everybody, that's Dr. Marilyn Corder. So she's with us. What's up, Ray? Doc, is there anything specific you want to talk about tonight? Any health things or anything?
Did you hear about the DMV being rocked yesterday at 3:05 p.m.?
Yes.
I mean, I thought it was an earthquake.
Yes.
We got rocked.
Yes. I'm glad. Yes. Yeah.
I ran downstairs. I thought somebody hit my house.
Really?
It was that loud. And we saw people who were on video doing different things. They're like, whoa, all the way from Northern Virginia all the way to Annapolis. We heard it.
So I'm wondering. I'm surprised that I'm wondering if we felt that at Merriweather.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the music might have drowned it out.
Right, because y'all. I heard that you. Yeah, well, we heard it.
Right. My man 40 said, just because you grew up in the hood doesn't mean you have to act like it from the hood. No negative energy. Absolutely, man. Vivian said you should go pull his ears.
and pinch him.
Absolutely. Like, come here, little boy. You know what I'm saying?
Get your butt over here.
Yeah. It's skin, like our parents used to do skin. Oh
my God. All of a sudden, the teeth was glued.
Yeah. You know that.
But them lips were moving.
Yeah. What's up, Terrence Lane? It's good to see you, brother. We haven't seen you in the missus in a while. I hope to catch up to you soon. Stefania said, could you? I'm going to ask her right now, Stefania. I know Miss Impatient. I apologize. Stefania said, can you ask about Jackie O? What's the Jackie O situation? She had operation or something?
The plastic surgeon. I was about to say Jackie Onassis. Oh, the mommy do-over.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you. That's a whole show and 2 shows. What are we doing? We're trying to look like the Barbie dolls or whatever, and more. And some people have a small little whatever wrinkle take care, but it's like they get addicted. So yeah, she has these babies. She has 3 children now. She's dead. And some doctor, all I can say is sometimes people, just like with tattoos, no offense, people get, after they have 1, they have 2, they have 3, they have 4. Well, that won't kill you. I get that. But some people, once they've had one plastic procedure, then they go on and on and on, and enough. And it's just enough is not enough, and it is enough, and it kills you. Just like with Kanye's mom, she had plastic surgery. and she wasn't able to live because she had cardiovascular problem. Well, Jackie O is dead,
Yeah.
and the mommy makeover is everything from the tummy to the butt to the breast. You know, when you pregnant and your body gets a little disfigured, and be it breastfeeding or whatever, but you get a little different. Well, it's okay. That's your mama.
Right.
So,
Right.
but you know,
Hey,
I
Doc, I know vanity is one of the seven sins, but is it anything psychologically that causes us? I mean, like, are we sometimes when people are just looking trying to go back for that perfection, and
I think social media. Let me tell you, I think they're trying to sue social media for the teenagers, but these grown up butts are being affected by social media.
yeah,
All these women, these people, they got the Coca Cola bottle shape and the big butt and the this and the that, and lots of the folks now, the celebrities, a few of them are reversing. I think Carter B, they're reversing they're reversing the Brazilian butt lift. They're putting stuff in your body. Now, let me say something, and Stefania, I'm glad you mentioned that. They're putting stuff in your body that your body not supposed to have. And when your body has what we call foreign substance, it rejects it. It goes into your body is beginning to have what we call warfare. And with that, hold on for one
but
second.
I'll do some public service now. Shout out to everybody watching out. Like I said, we got the Dr. Corder in the building.
I'm on the
If you got
podcast.
any questions, please write them in.
I'm on the
But
podcast.
as you don't know, if you do know now, Doc can talk
Listen,
about
are you in the
anything.
house?
She's a plethora of
Okay,
information and
Audra,
knowledge. So
I'll show
we're just
Audra.
talking about a lot of things with her. And like I said, I just want you to ask her any question. But you can talk about politics with her, like
I'm back.
Doc
Yeah,
and I.
I'm gonna,
She's back. Go ahead.
you see, right. So I'm back. That was hubby
Tell us.
finding out. I said I can't talk. I'm on podcast.
Yeah, yeah, you got.
Okay. So the plastic surgery. So you asked, what's the mindset? The mindset is, I feel you don't like yourself. You're not confident. You whoever you're with, if they're not accepting you as you are, whatever the curves or imperfections, but as far as I'm concerned, if it's on you and you're an individual, it's perfect. Okay, whatever it is, and all of this got to look this way, have to look this way. It's like I call it the Michael Jackson effect.
Right,
Everybody,
right,
and
right,
it's like
right.
we got to get past that. We have to love ourselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
um,
And a lot of us don't. We really
a lot
don't.
of us don't, and it's
You
sad.
know, I told somebody was teasing me saying, "Oh, you got a little belly, whatever," and I was like, "Yeah," but I said,
But I'm alive with my belly.
yeah, and I still love myself. But you know what I said? Listen, as long as I'm here, I got my whole the rest of my life to get rid of it, to
If
go
you
back
want
to
to,
the go
only
back to
if
the
you want to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go back to the B. Everybody knows. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm good. Like, like I mean, pandemic changed things. The depression. I was watching something on the news today, and they were saying weather, the changing of the seasons can cause depression.
Yeah, it's called SAD syndrome.
Yeah.
When it's like now we're supposedly coming out of the seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder meaning that the sun didn't shine as much during the fall and the winter, so it's called SAD. So sunshine makes you feel much better, and you want to get out, you want to do things outside. You're not all in the house under the sheets, etc. But yeah, so going back to the plastic surgery. So it's getting out of control. People are dying. They used to have a show. I don't know if they still have one. I saw it 2 or 3 times of the real truth about plastic surgery, and they show all of the disfigurement.
Mm,
And people
mm,
go outside of the United States. I think she went to Florida, but they go places that it's cheaper and it's more extreme. If you're going to have one thing done, unfortunately, if you got to have something done, just have that one thing. Don't go 3 different areas because your body can't take it. Your body goes into shock. Your body's the fluids that you lose as they're doing that. Your heart can't take it. It's like resculpturing, and when you're doing that, different things from your blood vessels to your muscles to your organs, they can't take that extra shift. It's like reorganizing a room, but that room needed that room to be stable. And if not, then that room gets more disorganized. It may look cute when you first walk in, but after a while, things are going to be tumbling down. And so she died. I'm sure it was cardiac. After a while, she probably threw some clots because you can throw clots after having all that manipulation. So
mm,
sad.
mm. And it's a shame. I mean, I feel like it gets deeper than that. Vivian, I see your question. I'm going to ask the doctor. I think it's deeper that too, because it becomes generational. Because if you get something altered on your body, if you got a pug nose or big nose, and you get it small, and then or you small, breast or behind, and then you have a child, and your child come out with this big sausage over the nose, and then next thing you know, he looking at his mom like, yo, wait a minute, why my nose ain't like yours? And then now she has to tell him, oh, well, mommy had her nose done. So now what does the kid say? I want to change too.
I thought you were going to go to that story that this woman had everything done.
Mm-hmm.
Nose,
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
different things. And she got married. And
Yep.
her husband didn't know what she really looked like till the kid came up. And he sued her. He was like, who? And then he was able to see her baby pictures. Although, before it's like, this is who it is. And
Yeah.
they don't do plastic surgery in utero.
Yeah. Like somebody, a wise person told me years ago. They said if you want to know what your wife or your husband gonna look like when you get older, look at their parent.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
That's right. And look, and Joe Jackson and Mrs. Jackson look like those kids look when they before they fixed their faces.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
That's what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah. Shame on. So what's so funny? I think, like you said, somebody said something about social media. I saw that. Let me read that. But I just wanted to, while I get ready to read that message, Vivian asked a question. She said, Dr. Corder, how important is it to take vitamin D on a daily basis? And then I'll look for that statement. Go ahead.
Vitamin D?
Yes.
Very important. Very important. Vitamin D is more than a vitamin. It's almost like a natural hormone. And vitamin D helps everything from hair to skin to even it helps your organs. It recharges your organs. So if you're diabetic, you need to be on vitamin D because that'll help your insulin production and it helps your metabolism of glucose. If you have cardiovascular problems, vitamin D helps that. Helps your blood pressure because vitamin D helps your circulation, your arteries and your blood vessels, arteries and veins. So if cardiovascular in the word vascular, meaning heart, meaning your vessels, vitamin D helps that. So it's very important. Some people don't even know their levels. If you look like me in terms of African American, people of color are often very low in vitamin D. And you cannot overdose on vitamin D. So go ahead and people say, well, I'm out in the sun. You're not out in the sun 24/7. Okay, we just talked about SAD.
Yeah.
When the clouds. So take your vitamin D. We found out now years ago we thought vitamin D was only beneficial or only needed when you were my age, a senior citizen. But because osteoporosis, etc. You'll see Sally Fields talking about that years ago. But vitamin D, we even started vitamin D. Guess when we start vitamin D, ladies and gentlemen? Newborn. A baby 2 months old is on vitamin D drops. Yes, and yes. So we realize across the board. So yes, take your vitamin D. Get your levels. Get your blood drawn. Many of us are below 35, and some 10, some single digits. I've seen in my practice. I draw vitamin D all day long in pediatrics, and people say, "Why you draw that?" Because I know that half the time they are low, and they need to have their vitamin D. So. And you can't just get it from milk. And foods like kale, oatmeal. I still want you to use and eat those foods because those tend to be good for you. Not a whole lot of milk, by the way, but different nutritional, natural things. Like I said, oatmeal. The vitamin D is in lots of foods that's good for you. But do take your supplement. So I hope I wasn't too wordy on that question.
No, not at all. Not when it's your show. You can get wordy all you want. Stefani said, yeah, I think social media is going to be the death of some people. Also, my man 40, he said, yeah, society, social media, magazines are the reasons why people get brainwashed by television, tells lies to our vision. Absolutely. I mean, I was so glad a lot of times now when you watch news that they have the newscasters and the meteorologists and other people are not just twigs and women wearing a size 3 and a 4 like they shown
regular folk,
which I think is so great. But I mean, the bottom line is the world needs to see more regality, regular people in this world, because the bottom line is nobody's going to be a three.
Right.
Nobody's gonna be a three. Listen, I mean, some of us never been in three. Some of us was born husky. You know what I'm saying? They was going to Woolworths and these stores buying huskies when they was a little kid, and he'll grow out of it. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And
Exactly.
it's not worth dying for. And people
No,
who get the sleeve and the gastric bypass, find them in about 10 years. They're gonna look the same they looked before they had that surgery.
exactly. Like Viv said, she said, you better say that again, Bill. When you love yourself, you love yourself. Absolutely. 40 said the money you save for the surgery should be invested on something
Right.
positive, like a down
That's
payment
right.
on a house, car, business, on vacation. Absolutely. Hey, Doc, let me ask you a question. I have kind of really two questions. And then 40 says, yeah, your body can't take all that stress. It fights off the bad genes and foreign agents. Absolutely. T Little says, I work inpatient in the hospital and see a lot of women come in with all kinds of complications and going away or these different countries to get surgery. She
Right.
says, are there two different types of vitamin D over the counter versus RX?
Yeah, if you get the liquid vitamin D, if you get, as long as you're taking D3, um, and you want to take at least 500 to 1,000 milligrams. You don't have to take the 10,000. Some people get the shot, or they take the one tab once a week. But I always say, if you take a daily vitamin D, and if you feel you're low, then take twice the amount for a while. Um, so the prescription is just increasing it. But if you, like I said, I mean, you might need a prescription initially if your doctor is saying that. So that might give you a jump start. It should give you a jump start. But after that, make sure you just stay on the vitamin D.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Stefani said, yeah, because they lack discipline, Dr. C. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tracy, I see you in the building, Tracy Morton, Gordon. You know, for joints, now I think I've had multiple surgeries. Arthritis sets in, correct? Is that right? All right. Is there anything that strengthens the joints, or is it just mobility and movement, exercise?
Equally, mobility, exercise, you got to move. If otherwise, you'll be like the Tin Man,
Right, right.
You got to move your joints. Some people have put off, or it didn't need surgery because they decided we're just going to exercise, physical therapy, etc.
Mhm.
Sometimes you do need surgery, but there's some things that help you with your joints. And, I mean, I can sit here and talk all day long, but I do know that tart cherry helps. I do know that apple cider vinegar is anti-inflammatory, helps. I
Okay.
do know that, um, vitamin D helps everywhere in terms of joints as well.
Okay.
I
Good.
don't like, and I will say this, I don't like a lot of medicines because they don't really help. They temporarily take the pain away, as it's making you a drug addict, but it
Yeah.
temporarily takes the pain away, but not really helping the
Yeah.
inflammation. So swimming helps. We talk about activities that are beneficial. I have so many of my friends who I've tried to talk out of having surgery. I send CBD. I tell them, take the CBD, not THC. Well, I guess THC helps too, but
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
but CBD helps. Um,
Yeah.
so sauna, I mean, exercise and to strengthen that area that needs strengthening. Now, your orthopods may do a few things. They do infusions. They will put some things back in your knees. Sometimes it's what we call PRP, which is your blood. They draw your blood and then they pull the plasma off and put it back in your knee because that's still your body product, and that helps cushion it. It kind of lubes it. It's like the Tin Man. And
Is
that
that what
oil,
Kobe Bryant was doing at one point? I think Kobe
yes,
Bryant was.
and
Yeah.
that oils you up naturally. So hopefully your insurance pays for it. But PRP is good from everything from head to toe, but definitely in your joints.
Well, it's so funny. I see a couple of questions. I think, but so I get gel shots now because my knee it's not bone on bone yet, but
Right.
the doctor, and he doesn't feel like I need surgery yet, but
But he's giving you the cushion, the gel stuff.
right, right,
Mhm.
right, right. Yeah. So I mean, it's you still got to be mobile. I mean, especially for those that don't know, I call myself a Bushido man, like a man's man. So, and that's in the martial arts, like I'm
Right.
But the
Right.
thing is, sometimes it ain't working. Then I gotta go. Then I gotta go to CBD, like my cousin sent me, or that spray and stuff like that. Yeah, man. And then what I want to do hard, which I can't do a lot of times, or I may try to do that. Then sometimes it's just maybe a little walking and exercise just to keep those numbers down for my A1C and stuff like that.
Right.
Vivian says, what vitamins support people with neurological conditions?
With what?
Neurological.
Neurology?
Yeah, neurological conditions.
Vitamin B, your B complex. So your A does as well, but B1, B6, and B12. Sometimes they'll say B complex, but vitamin B helps. Now you want to do a multiple vitamin as well, Vivian, but vitamin B, I call it B for brain, but B helps your neurons, what we call your neuron sheath. If you think of your nerve and nerve root, the nerve itself, if you think of a wire or an insulator, which is your wire, and then in the middle of that is your nerve. Well, that's what your nerves look like. And the vitamin B helps that wraparound sheath on your nerve, as well as we now know that vitamin B helps. I'm going to say again, with people who have Parkinsonism, senility, meaning senile, dementia, ADHD, autism, etc., CBD, pull that up. CBD helps reverse it and stabilize it. And I always tell folks about a friend of mine who's a nurse practitioner, and her mother had just, didn't know who she was, didn't know who anybody was, would scream all night. She was in her 90s. And the doctors, what we do, geriatric doctors just wrote more prescriptions to make her more confused.
Right.
Wake her up, make her more confused. And it was beating up her liver, beating up her mind, etc. I said, take her off all that. She had heard about me doing CBD, and this is not a CBD show. I know it's not, but I gave her some drops.
Oh, go ahead.
And within 2 days, the lady knew herself. She got up, started cooking, wasn't screaming, loved, and I gave her something for sleep, the CBD, as well as with melatonin, as well as during the day. This woman, I didn't know really how old she was. So for 3 or 4 years, she was taking that, doing well, and she just transitioned. But guess what? She was 100. She was 100 years old. The last 3 years, she was acting as if she was 70. So when she transitioned with great quality of life. So your vitamin B, drink your water, take your vitamins in general, your D, etc., and get some CBD.
How much water should a person drink a day?
Well, no, what they don't drink. Some people do, but hey, look.
The water that you ain't been drinking, that's what you're supposed to drink.
I raised my hand. Yep. I'm just as dry. No, let me stop. You're supposed to drink 64 ounces. And so, and some people say, well, maybe I start out by drinking 6
ounces, right? Let me start off slow. Yeah.
But that does help. Now you have to, that does
any water is some water is good for you. Any kind of water, right?
So let's say 2 quarts, 2 of those quarts. But see, when you get a certain age, you don't drink a lot of water because that means you're running up and down to the bathroom.
Right. Yeah, because I just put a post up on Facebook and social media. It said, yo, when you're a certain age, when you walk past a bathroom, you say, let me go, even if I don't know if I have to.
You plan your trips by bathroom stops. So I get so many of the parents or the grandparents coming in the office, and first thing they sign the kid and they say, where's your bathroom? I understand. I'm like, it's right down the hall. We got 2 of them.
Yeah. You'd be like, yo, take little Petey. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be in there.
Exactly. I'll be right back.
So Stefania said collagen strengthens the joints. Thank you.
Yes.
40 said, how about irritable bowel syndrome, constipation?
Okay, so go back to Stefania. Collagen, you can get the tubs of collagen, and that is good. You can do your collagen, and that helps everything. I mean, of course, it helps hair, nails, etc., but it helps your bones and it helps your joints.
Okay.
IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable bowel syndrome. Okay. We probably all have a version of that periodically because of what we eat. And I just had a conference on that last week. our gut is so highly disrespected to the point that it's almost like a trash bag. We just throw excuse me, we just throw shit up in that and don't even know what's in the food, etc., and then
Absolutely.
abuse it. But don't you know that what we eat is what we are? And some people don't understand that. And
Mm,
what you eat feeds your brain, feeds your
mhm.
heart, feeds your lungs, feeds your liver. So we have to respect our gut. And we haven't respected our gut since, well, after 2 years old.
Right.
Everybody's on fast foods, French fries, McDonald's, Kitty
Yeah.
Meal.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama tried to do it with the apple slices and
That
the
didn't work.
water. But
Yeah.
right, but it's so now I've been a pediatrician now 40 years. Years ago, we would feed the baby food or table food at 3 months. Over the past 20 years, we stopped doing that. Only milk, ideally breast milk, formula or breast milk, till 6 months because the
Mhm.
gut couldn't take it. And then after
Right.
6 months, it's food that hopefully you make. So I'm gonna go all the way back because if you relying on that little bottle on the shelf of baby food, you don't know how old that is and how many preservatives is in that,
Mm,
and
mm.
that's going into your baby's gut. So we're going to take it all the way up to high school and college. Who eats vegetables? Many children don't. Parents don't because they didn't do it when they were children. So we end up having something called leaky gut. Please look that up. Leaky gut. When I was in med school, we didn't know anything about it. We
Right.
talked ulcers, we talked constipation, which is also a serious problem. But leaky gut is so serious that if you think of your intestines and so many feet long, and your poop that you did yesterday may have been poop you should have done a month ago, because
Mm,
everything is backed up. What happens is it's just backed up. So then the sides of it begins to leak. So you know what that means, toxicity. That's why
mm,
people who are constipated get headache, they get brain fog, they get sluggish, they got
mm,
bad breath, they have all kind of problems. Then
mhm,
they have irritable bowel. So many unnecessary surgeries have occurred because it was nothing but constipation and obstipation, which is a big word meaning you haven't pooped and you pooping just once or twice a week. That's not regular. I always teach my medical students and my students as well. When I ask a history, I'm asking that child, that teenager, that parent, because I see them till they're 20 some years old. I ask them, how often do you eliminate? And they look at me like, why are you in my business? I'm like, because it's part of your health.
absolutely.
And they might tell
Absolutely.
me, oh, I'm regular. But what the hell is regular?
Yeah. What's
They're
regular
regular
to you?
twice a
Yeah.
week. A regular should be twice a day.
Mm,
So I said, do you eat twice a week? And they think about it. And you're supposed to eliminate. Now, the people who, in some of the countries, people who they have a elimination 2 or 3 times a day are the healthiest folks. And India, there's different places in the world who do that. And they don't have the steak, red meat is not good for us. They don't have the different bad foods. But we in the United States, so advanced, quote unquote, have the highest number of colon cancer, have the
mm,
highest number of IBS, inflammatory bowel,
mm.
Crohn's, and ulcerative colitis, and like I said, colon cancer. So many young people we know, we see, and you now they're trying to get colon, what we call coloscopy,
Yeah.
colonoscopy,
Yeah.
evaluated before
Mhm.
50. If you have somebody in your family has colon cancer, or if you can just tell your doctor, I got, I think I saw blood when I pooped. Well, even if you got to do a little lie, get a colonoscopy to make
Absolutely.
sure, because
Absolutely.
many people have polyps, and those polyps turn into cancer.
Yes.
So, if nothing else, colonoscopies save lives.
Now let me ask you a question. Uh, what we just talked about it. IBS, is that like, does that cause hemorrhoids, or hemorrhoids is come from that?
Well, IBS is an inflammatory bowel, meaning that your intestines, primarily your large intestines and your small intestines, are inflamed. So that means several things start with that. You could get diarrhea with IBS. You also could get constipation. So one of the end results of IBS, if you're constipated, would be hemorrhoids, because it causes too much strain and pressure, and
Hmm.
as that poop is being eliminated, it's pushed out, and you have hemorrhoids. Now that doesn't mean everybody with hemorrhoids has IBS.
Right.
People with
Right.
hemorrhoids just tend to have hemorrhoids due to hard stools, and you should be on a stool softener. Stool softener. I don't agree with laxatives. I agree with stool softeners.
Hey, cuz you don't agree with the laxative we had to take in that blue box when
That's
we
right.
was
That's right. Milk and magnesia.
X-Lax.
Philip, the X-Lax, that was just too much. But
Yeah.
I agree with stool softeners, Muralax, and it's nothing but vegetable extract. Muralax, whoever the gentleman asked, here's the deal. Fiber one. Everybody write this down. So next
Right.
time I'm on, y'all gonna say, yeah, fiber one.
Right.
You get all sorts of fiber one. They got the candy bars, they got the cookies, they have the lemon tart. Do 1 or 2 fiber ones per day for your sweet tooth. Drink a little extra water. Definitely do that. If you do fiber one every day, 1 or 2, you'll come back and you'll tell me I did. Metamucil cookies. We all could use to go more often. So I can talk about that all day long because
what's a normal stool bowel movement supposed to look? Is it hard, soft, medium? Like what?
It should be comfortable and you should be complete empty. So, some people say, I poop every day. Well, that may be just a very small amount. That's not a good poop. So,
Right.
and that just could be because it's right there. You need to
Right.
empty your colon. So,
Right.
so it should not be loose, and it should not be red. Make sure you look. If it's red, something's going on. Some people are anemic and they're gently or mildly bleeding, and that's where you need a colonoscopy. So, so a good stool is a good couple, full stool turds in the toilet. That's
Exactly.
an empty. But if
Exactly.
you're having a problem, you're sitting there and it's uncomfortable and it's taking too long, then you're obstipated and constipated. And your fiber one bars will help you. And your vegetables. Okay, so let's talk about the 5 foods you don't need to eat. Red meat, lots of bread. I know people going
They're gonna turn away.
Real talk gonna get real quiet. Real talk about to get real quiet now.
Right, that's it. It's gonna be real quiet.
Right. With those sunflower seeds, that thing clogs you up. I've seen backed up stuff.
Wow, sunflower
And
seeds.
yeah,
Okay.
so peanut butter. I know y'all like that peanut butter. You see how thick it is? If you eating that all the time and teaspoon, well, it's like Roto-Rooter. It's all clogged up. So fruits and vegetables. Vegetables that have a lot of water. Watermelon. That's a good vegetable. Grapes. Raisins are good. But red meat, that's steak. That's all those foods that you like. Hamburgers. Lots of cheese. Cheese constipates. I've had a list. Every time I have a patient, that's twice a day, who's constipated, I tell them, write down what you eat. 20 things. By the time I go in there, I have a red pen. I'm like a teacher. I'm circling, can't have this, can't have this. They looking at me like, what are we gonna eat? So I give them substitute oatmeal. Okay, they don't need to go to McDonald's and getting that sandwich, that breakfast sandwich.
Right.
I'm telling them, and bagels, please, y'all, put the bagels down. Bagels is like wood.
Really?
Wood. Bagels. And don't mention the cream cheese. I know y'all like that. You're not Jewish. Get them bagels out of your refrigerator, except that constipates.
What about a little English muffin with some raisins? No, let me stop.
Right. Maybe once a week. Once a week. But English muffin at least has aeration. Bagels is like a rock.
Right.
And everybody you chewing it, and it's that thick. And guess what? What else is going to be that thick trying to come out?
Ooh. What goes in thick comes out thick too, right?
It may not come out for days. May not come out for weeks.
Yeah. Because they say what meat, it takes how many days? 3 days to digest in your system, Doc?
Well, it's interesting. And do the corn test. Some people, when you do corn, you'll see it come out that next day or that day. But some people's corn sitting up in there because their poop is sitting up in there.
Right. Wow. That's a Real Talk Chronicles moment, baby. I got some. And 40, thank you for that question, because I know a lot of people
they don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to talk about what's going on in the
school.
But they need to talk about that, because at our age, everybody needs to know what's going on. What else was the other question? Junior said, how many milligrams of CBD should you take a day?
I like it. So at least 50. Like if you do 30 milligrams, okay, the drops, I don't know if you're doing drops or the gummies, etc. And this is just CBD. I'd say at least 30 to 50 minimum. And what it does, it anti-ages. I do my CBD coffee. I have gummies. I have drops. I got to update my drops since I'm about to have a birthday, so I have to anti-age this month. But meantime, you'd be surprised how it makes you feel much better. And it's you can't overdose on CBD, guys. You don't have side effects except good health. Versus Advil, Motrin, oxycodone. I can tell you all the things that have side effects, and you won't know yourself. And they also constipate. Those pain medicines constipate.
Right. Um, Mr. Lane, he says, what is the relationship between body weight and LDL cholesterol? Why does being overweight increase LDL cholesterol?
Oh, we getting into medical school talk.
We got the doctor in the building.
So so your density. So we're talking about part of your cholesterol, and what ends up happening. We used to just think total cholesterol, but you got your good cholesterol and your bad cholesterol. Now, on that same note, whoever asked that, I want to make sure that as you're breaking down your lipids, your HDL, and your LDL is the one that you don't want it to be out of the range, because the relationship of that, how can I say to it, the relationship, okay, so body weight, if your BMI is in the high range, 25 plus, your LDL will be high. Your cholesterol may or may not be that high, depending on where you are. But the bad part of the cholesterol will begin to get out of sorts, and your metabolism begins to get out of sorts. And we're talking about stool. So if you get to the point where you having stools 2 or 3 times a day, your metabolism is improved. That means, I call it, the fireplace in your body is burning and you're metabolizing.
So that's a good thing. That's a good
thing. Because what you want to do is make sure that as you're eating, you're breaking it down and you're metabolizing, and you're not having leaky gut, and you're not having a backup where your cholesterol is out of sorts, and your cardiovascular system, called plaques. We call it, the medical term for plaques in the arteries and veins, is atherosclerosis. All right. So it's sclerotic, and you'll see diagrams or videos of the blood trying to go through, and you have the plaques on the walls, and they come through, and next thing you throw a clot. Now, this is times we're going to talk about Jamie Foxx, maybe not, but people are throwing blood clots everywhere. It's called embolism, big word, embolism. And that means a clot went somewhere, be it pulmonary embolism, a brain embolism, which they'll call aneurysm. So it's certain things that your body, as you breaking down, and that's why leaky gut is important to understand, because those things that you're eating, turns out, can get into your blood vessels, the grease, the bad foods, and then your blood is almost like an oil change, but you can't do an oil change in your body. But when you get an oil change, you see that sludge, etc. But that's what our blood will look like if you're eating so bad, and foods that are not supposed to be there. So it gets in your blood, and that's your lipids. So whoever asked that, make sure not only LDL and HDL, ask them to get your lipids and triglycerides. Triglycerides will tell you how much grease is in your blood, and you'd be surprised. The triglycerides should not be over, well, in children, 99, but 150. When you start seeing 200 and 250, it's almost like that's just grease, and that's in your blood.
Wow, that's great. That's deep. Thanks for that question, T.
So whoever asked it, did I make it clear, or did I confuse you more?
Yeah, well, Terrence, let me know if you got some clarity on that. Kendra says, "Hey, what's up, cuz?"
Hey, guys, Kendra could answer that.
Yeah, and what's so funny that you said something about aneurysms and stuff like that, because Kendra, I don't know if you remember, like your grandmother, Aunt Juanita, had an aneurysm at one point. You know what I'm saying? So talking about blood clots, it seemed like blood clots, I've lost several friends to blood clots, and it's like they talk about cancer as a silent killer. It seems like blood clots, they just sneak up on you and you don't know yet you have them.
Right.
Like, I mean, what I know, I guess once you find out you have a blood clot, you're on blood thinner. Is that correct?
And see, some people take an aspirin, preventive, a baby aspirin per day. years ago, bear aspirin. And if you on that makes sense. And because heavy duty aspirin makes you bleed. Well, a little
Mhm.
aspirin per day, a bare aspirin keeps is preventive, and it is known and beneficial for those folks who are trying to I'm gonna charge my phone, who are trying to make sure prevent blood clots, thrombolisms.
Mm. Um. Uh. Yeah. What was I going to say? Nicole said yes. She says yes, we do. I think we were talking about it. Sad on the colon cancer stats. Kendra also said gluten intolerance and GI issues are so very high common now. Wow, that's right. Everybody, shout out to our cousin Kendra. She's a nurse too. Nicole, I think you're a nurse too, right? And yeah, T Little. I think we got a lot of nurses in the building too. Nicole asked. She said, "Can you explain the difference between FIT, FIT, DNA, Cologuard, and colonoscopy for screening?" If I said that right.
Okay, what do you say? What?
Yeah. I'll tear a word up in a minute sometimes, and sometimes I'm wearing glasses, sometimes I'm not. She said, "Can you explain the difference between FIT?" Then she says FIT DNA. Then she says Cologuard and a colonoscopy for screening.
I'm gonna take a bite on that. I'm not sure. Let me talk about screening, and this is my GI talk. One of my dearest friends is a gastroenterologist. There's Cologuard. They have you. If I'm not mistaken, you can get the kits, and you can make sure that you don't have blood in your stool. Because years ago, people were afraid to go to the doctors, and they were afraid to, get rectal, males and females. But you can do a home test and send it in and see if you have a undetectable. You might not even see it when you wipe or see it on your stool, but you can, if you feel you have it. And if so often, it's good to test anyway. And that is one test at home. I am still I'd rather you go in and get a colonoscopy. Okay. Now, if indeed you can't, and you want to make sure as you're scheduling a colonoscopy, or you have the Cologuard test, then that's something. But in the end, this visualization, the colonoscopy, they give you the prep before you go in, to go lightly or whatever you can to clean yourself out. And I'm overdue mine now. It's my birthday coming up. I need to be scheduling, but get your colonoscopy, because you
That's
can find.
and please let people know that's for women too, right, Doc?
Oh yeah, we all got colon. Yes,
Exactly.
women. Yeah, so you got to get your colonoscopy. But Cologuard is a test that you do at home, and that's something. Like I said, at least do something. But go ahead and schedule your colonoscopy eventually. And sometimes your insurance won't pay for the colonoscopy, so you're limited to the Cologuard.
Yeah,
The
and that's
test.
a whole nother topic. They talk about taking away Medicare. I think it is right. Some whole another
It's
conversation.
going to be the haves and have not.
Absolutely right. And you know what's so funny? Everybody, this is a Real Talk Chronicles moment. Malika and I were working on getting it set up so that way you can call in, because y'all not gonna have me twisting up these words, and you know what I'm saying. So that way we can be able to call in, and you can call in and ask the doctor or anybody of the panels and guests, whoever we have, the questions that you need to ask, and you can articulate it to the best of your ability, and stay on with her for 5 minutes strong, the most. Nicole said, "Wow, that's the first time I've heard of sunflower seeds." What's up, Rochelle? Hey, Joy. Joy said, "I need some CBD oil now." Yeah, Joy, you had knee surgery, right, or some kind of surgery? Uh, yeah. Doc, you want to tell her where she can get CBD from?
She can call you. I'll send you some.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Now, let me give her. I'll give her my email.
Yeah.
Okay, my email. Well, I'm gonna give her both. I'm gonna give you my phone number. Tell me when. Well, everybody, here we go.
Oh Lord, yeah. Listen, wait, hold on. Let me make a disclaimer. Y'all don't blow my cousin up now. This is where I get protective. Though. Just leave a message, and she'll get back to you when she gets
Text
a chance,
me.
or text
Yeah,
her, because that'll make
because
me
my
mad.
phone rings all the time. I'm still in the office, so please
Exactly.
text me and say I heard you on
So
Real Talk.
so hold on. Yeah, and that's the key. You heard on Real Talk, and then now make sure all of you share this podcast either from Facebook or whomever, or YouTube. But make sure you share it. You want all this information Hold on. I got me hot for a minute. No, all right, doctor, what's your number?
301
Uh-huh.
466
466
0006.
0006. All right, I just put it in the chat. All
Okay.
right. Now, call or text or do whatever you got to do.
Because all CBD is not equal. And we have CBD gummies, sleep gummies. I got the
There you
CBD
go.
energy. I got samples. I got stuff. And what I'll do is text you back and give you my website, and we can update. And I'm gonna give it to you, the Real Talk Chronicle discount. But meantime,
There you go.
meantime, I'll help you out. And if you need sleep gummies, we got something that puts you to sleep in a nice way, not sleep aids. It has CBD, melatonin, and ashwagandha. You look, I had one of my girlfriends from high school said, and she's a nurse. She's like, I ain't slept so well. She said, I was dreaming. She said, obviously I haven't been sleeping. She said, I haven't been getting into REM sleep. She said, I was dreaming 3-4 dreams. She woke up refreshed.
Talking foreign tongue, I'm in a shaman every day. like Fred Flintstone used to blow bubbles.
So, but yeah, I'm taking my teenagers off of Advil. They got menstrual cramps. They don't have it after that. The GI tract. Speaking of, matter of fact, the gastroenterologist specialty was one of the first specialties that saw the benefit in CBD because it helps the gut. It helps your digestion. So it helps everything. I've had folks go on CBD drops or what have you, and they're like, well, I was taking it for this, my vision or whatever, but it helps this. I noticed that. So it's, it helps you, just your mood, and like I said, head to toe. So just, you'll get my information if you text me.
I got some questions for you. Okay. 40 said, do fruits help? I'm assuming we're talking about bowel movement. Do fruits help?
It's been an hour. I just realized it's 8 o'clock, my girl.
No, you came on. Let me stop. All right, give me a few more minutes. And you know what's so funny? Everybody, listen. Next week, I messed up. Next week was supposed to be the docs week, and Al is, just to give everybody some clarity, Al is at Albany. He's on the floor presenting, and also he's running for another office. So I don't know how often I will have him back. I apologize to the doc, and because but I'm so glad that she was able to do this today, because I just sent a text. My days was all thrown off with the holiday. But you know what's so funny? Maybe she could ask her husband to come on next week if he's free, because we got to get Fred. That's it. You give him some cousin love for me. Tell him, say, yo, come on, do it for a little cuz. Anyway, but I know Fred is always busy, and you are too. So that, otherwise than that, we just won't be here. Or I can come and y'all can just listen to me talk some smack.
Are you saying you need me next week? Are you saying you need me next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay! So okay, now save these questions. You can save these questions. I'm gonna read some more questions. Now you can go. Now she can go. Listen, and now see, y'all gotta know the family dynamics. I was the little brother because I was the only boy in the family.
The youngest cousin.
So I was the youngest cousin, little boy. Marquita, we talked about that over the weekend too. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me just read some more questions real quick. Okay. He says, so all people whose stomachs are big and flapping over their belt, is that all waste stuck in their stomach?
Some of it is. Some of it is fat, because you'll see if you were to X-ray, you'll see fat cells and sitting on top of the intestines. So some of it is fat. They have to exercise. Some of it is they haven't flushed the gut. Now there's something called megacolon, and a megacolon means that after a while, if you think of your gut as a trash bag, and let's say you got the little baby small trash bag, well, after you putting so much in, it gets expanded to megacolon, meaning that it's like a glad bag. So it would be like, okay, I gotta stretch. So that's your colon. It's called megacolon. Okay, so some of that protrusion in that belly is because it has to retone your intestines and your gut, and it can. And I am not a proponent of gastric bypass. I'm not. I've seen folks come back. You see folks on TV even, but they come back just as big after a few years. So I mean, if they're vain and they got 5 years of looking good, but it's not worth it because they've cut part of what you need to digest. That part of that, I call it the digestion, your small intestines and all that. There's a part, the ileum, there's part that does digestion properly, and many people, they have to be on certain vitamins, including your vitamin B. They have to take supplements because part of their gut is gone that absorbs that particular food or that particular substance supplement. So yeah, that some of that, if they were to really eliminate and get on certain things that helps them, then they will have some inches down from their midsection.
And I'm just going to read some of the statements and comments, and then because everybody, the doctor's coming back. She put a number in the chat, so you got to go to YouTube and look at the chat if you want a number and ask some questions. But if she tells me she got 10 calls and texts from Real Talk, and I don't see 10 shares on this thing, I'm gonna be mad, and I'm coming at you personally because you got to build the content. Listen, she's taking the time out of her day. We are doing what we got to do. It is about that time, and I appreciate all the support, and I appreciate the questions because there's no you without me and her, honestly, because she already has her show. She's coming back and she's giving more and more of herself. She's spreading herself like mayonnaise, not peanut butter, because peanut butter gets stuck. So Terrence said, yes, you did help. Despite working out daily, eating a healthy diet, I always had high LDL, especially if I'm 10 pounds overweight or higher. When I lose the weight, the LDL comes down.
It takes some apple cider vinegars, Terrence. Is that his name, Terrence?
Yeah, Terrence.
And if you can't stand the taste, get the gummies. Apple cider vinegar gummies.
All right. Yeah. Some people say sometimes you don't want to water it down, right? No.
Right. No. Okay. So that's why either just take it and then take maybe a teaspoon or two of water. You don't want to dilute it.
Okay. All right. That's good because I remember people diluting it. They say, "Oh, water it down. It won't taste that bad."
Just take it.
Stefania said, I had a coworker that passed away 25 years old due to colon cancer. Heartbreaking. Nicole said, sorry, Bill, you are doing a good job with the pronunciation. Yeah, I'm on a roll tonight. These glasses work better. Junior said, there's a lot of CBD products on the market. Do you suggest a particular brand?
So I'm familiar with, well, there are some, and of course, all CBD is not equal. Mm-hmm. So there's a company that I use called Cherish Wellness. And that's why you can text me, Cherish Wellness. Let's see, here we go. But I also use a company called Oxygen. And, because I want to make sure that the company I use and recommend has what we call a certificate of analysis, meaning that they double check their products. Being a physician, that's important. And the certificate of analysis gives you a lot number, so you can always trace it back. It also gives you the manufacture date. All you usually see is expiration date. I want to know when that thing was made. Okay. So certain things that, the quality, non-GMO. Now, I guess I should say all CBD, it benefits to a point if it's a little bit of CBD, but the quality of CBD is important. So sometimes the prices may reflect that. And that's why if you tell me you're on Real Talk, I'll give you, as much of a discount that I'm able to give as a physician.
Exactly.
As I get it wholesale. So I can help you out with that as well.
So the doctor's about to get out of here. She just said she's coming back next week. So that's good. We got her doubled up this month. That's beautiful. Cheryl says, I've been fasting and eating a raw food diet, a natural cleanse, right? That's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lucky, I see you. Joy says she will be calling. She says, my knee is hurting so bad. I have reconstruction knee surgery. Wow. Sorry to hear. I know. I think you did tell me that. I'm sorry. I should have been reached out to you.
Ouch and ouch. Yeah, we have some things I can help her with, some sprays.
Okay, yeah. So reach out to her. Ernie Myers in the building, high school legend, North Carolina State championship. My man Ernie's in the building. Everybody, Dr. Corder, give him some positive love before we get out of here. Thank you. We'll see you next week. I know cousin is in debt. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I owe you because I wasn't able to hook up with you when you were in my neck
in your city, absolutely.
Right. So, and I was all over the place, and my One child was in Lancaster, the other one was in Philly.
I know. I was, and no,
It
he,
seemed
yeah,
like everybody
exactly.
was out of town. Buddy was in Atlanta,
I
and
know.
Awana was in the DMV, Dominican
VR.
Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, well, dang.
Yeah, nobody. I saw two though. I saw two out of three. I mean, I
Okay,
saw two, but
okay,
I was just like, okay.
okay.
Um,
We love you.
yeah,
You know we love you.
absolutely. Yeah, but I said, like I said, I can't come to that city and not let nobody in town. I don't have
Absolutely,
nobody mad. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, Dr. Corder said share it. I said share it. Subscribe to it on YouTube. Please, if you missed it, go back and listen to the content. It is something for us as people to feel better, to get better. You don't get this kind of consultation with any doctor unless it's a family member or it's on Real Talk. My own primary that loves me to death, that it was my mother's doctor and it's Malika and I's doctor. He tries as much as he can to talk to us as long as he can. But, the doctor will tell you there are certain obligations and restrictions that doctors have now when you go see your primary doctor. They'll be like, they're on a time frame because they want to get them in and out. It's right, doc. I mean, it's about patience right now.
So
A
what
lot
you
of
got
time.
to do is go in with your questions already on your phone. And
Yeah,
then I tell my patients, bring your phone, and they text me or ask me for questions afterwards because I want everybody's questions answered because it makes my job easy. I want you
absolutely.
not to do anything crazy, you know. So go in, but you're right, 15 minutes might be all you get.
Yeah, yeah. So everybody, show some love with the doctor. Send some hearts. You will see her next week. Have your questions, please. Listen, I don't care if I have a show full of questions. That way unless she wants to talk about something because it's her show. But have your questions, Doc.
So I'm signing out. Thank you, cuz I'm
Thank,
signing out with this much. Drink more water, okay? And get your fiber one, get your greens on. All right. Text me whatever questions you might have, but drink your get your fiber one bars, etc. Y'all gonna come back saying, "Oh, I really love this one. I love this one." So you get the variety box, but drink your water, stay away from the red meat, and see how you feel. And
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
it next week.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody, Vivian, that question, I'm not going to ask it because she wants to go, but text her, Vivian. I know you and Doctor have conversed before. So
Right.
text her. I put her name in the YouTube
Hey,
chat.
Vivian. Okay.
All right. Doc, I love you, cuz. I see
Love
you.
you
I
too.
talk to you. All
All
right.
right. Stay
Everybody, that's Dr.
healthy.
Marilyn Corder. She was rocking with us. Let me tell you, she was kind enough to come back and be here with us next week. Um, Due to my party habit, I lost track of the days. Like I said, Assemblyman Al Taylor. I love the picture T that you sent me to. Also, I remember that. He's trying to do his thing, so I know. You know, I tell people all the time. Some of the hardest things for me to do is give you all the positiveness. You know what I'm saying? I can give you the brunch parties. That's the easiest thing for me to ever do. God bless me to bring people together, but revamping Real Talk and putting this out. And my man was telling me yesterday, he was like, "Yo, Bill, I know you're doing the positive, the conscious stuff right now, but he was like, maybe come back with a little relationship stuff." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do that, but like if you don't know why you're not in a relationship now, I really can't help you." And I mean, for those that know, I was doing Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, before Kevin Samuels was doing Kevin Samuels. So I get it, but I reinvented myself and reinvented Real Talk. And this is where I'm at right now because the bottom line, and this is my give back to my people and whomever. And when I say my people, I'm talking about all ethnicities that love me and I love you back. So, people always say, yo, it's just a matter of time before it pops, before you really big on this thing. And I got to take all my people with me. You know what I'm saying? And T, you and I, Terrence, you and I talked about that. What I used to have in town halls and in the house doesn't equal that. One of a few real talkers is still with me. You know what I'm trying to say? So I appreciate all the new real talkers because you are helping me grow. Mark, I see you in the building. I shout out all of you. I appreciate you all. The only thing I ask, the littlest thing you can do is share the content. If you appreciated the information the doctor gave you, share it to your Facebook page or go to the YouTube page and subscribe to it and share that YouTube content. On that, and saying all of that, I will leave you with just force of the moment with positive vibes only. Listen, if people in your life are not positive, let them go. Let them go. Stop trying to fit a circle in a square. It's not happening, yo. You can do better all by yourself, man. We can talk about that at another time. Why are we afraid to let bad habits go? That's a whole other thing. That causes indigestion and heart problems and things of that magnitude. Everybody, I'm Real Talk. I am Bill Forster. I got the sponsors at the bottom. If you want to be a sponsor, holla at your boy. I have no problems helping people grow, but let's grow together. There isn't anybody that knows me that says I ain't pull a hand up. Now I have a problem when I pull a hand up, and then when you get up, you forget to say thank you. So then that's why you don't see me with a lot of people anymore, because they don't know how to say thank you. Right? I don't wish them bad or anything they do in their lives. But if you don't say thank you, I'm not with that. And I leave you, I don't wish you bad. I just leave you alone because you're gonna need me again. Right? There's steps. You walk up one step, walk up another step. After a while, you're gonna have to hold on to that banister. All right? That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Liz. I appreciate you, brother Terrence. I appreciate you, 40, my guy. Lucky, thank you, my guy. These are my Harlem Joy. Tell it exactly. So a lot of you people got years with me in the game, and just life. You know what I'm saying? Life, just Terrence, Lucky, 40. You know what I'm saying? Liz, college, Viv. We used to work together. You and Junius used to work with me. Check me. I've never changed. Always jovial, happy. If you act up, I'm gonna give it to you where you need it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can help you get right again. But that life is gone. Like ain't nobody trying to be wrestling and tussling that damn near close to 60 years old. So I was positive then, but I might have popped you in your mouth. Now I'm just positive. As long as you don't mess with my family and my wife and my people that I love. Listen, I just walk away from that, man. I really do. Now that's my, what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with that, So I support those who support me, and that's the lesson that I've learned over years, always trying to help somebody. And then when somebody shine a little bit, next thing you know, no love. All I'm asking for is a thank you. How about an honorable mention? Oh, yo, that brother right there had my back. I don't get that. So I'm like, okay. That's why a lot of times you see the circle get smaller and smaller. I got love for everybody. I just don't love everybody like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I wish you all the best. And if the shoe fits, then put the shit on. Because I'm talking about you then. You ain't got to wonder who it is. And if you think it's you, ask me. This shit work all the time. I ain't never not answer a call. Listen, anybody that knows me, I have no problems telling you how I feel. If you think it's you and you're listening, it's you. Everybody, God is good. I hope you all living your best life, and whatever that is. Like I said, I don't know what your religions and your faith are. I just hope everybody, like I said, follow whatever commandments that there's 10 commandments. If you're not following somebody, a higher power, then at least try to live the 10 commandments. You know what I'm saying? Then you maybe kind of get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah, I catch a little sun rays, Lucky, and it's catchy. Great show. Thank you, Stefania. Exactly. Gracias, amigo, my man. Vivian, thank you, brother. I appreciate you too, sis. Like I said, we go way back, so it's a beautiful thing. Everybody, I'm gonna let you do what you do. It's a Monday. Yeah, it's a Monday. I gotta remember, the weekends, the holidays, things been throwing me off. Been moving and grooving. I'm gonna go spend some quality time with Malika. You know, huh, honey? Hi. Let me stop. Little joke. Everybody, good night. Holla at your boy. Text me. I'll text you. Listen, let's keep in touch. Everybody, we've been moving and grooving and staying on a track. We all trying to achieve that common goal of happiness. So let's make it. Ed, what's up? Ed Stoll and the junior in the building. I see you, brother. Everybody, good night. Share it. That's all I'm gonna keep asking. Share it. You know what I'm saying? Joy said, "Hey, I understand. I'm down now. Knees hurt. I see who exactly. Real talk. I'm Ghost. Peace. See you Wednesday."